Um, Peace and love, world. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Monday, this beautiful moon day? Um, I am Sean Alim Ale, I'm with here with my bro.
Benjamin Bay. Islam, how you doing? How you doing?
Islam, and it's just another as we were just previously speaking, we were speaking about how this is our fourth live. So, thank everybody for tuning in, man. We just gonna keep it going. I mean, you like the ditties of this thing, man. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. But for real though.
I don't know, man. I definitely would be probably not Bad Boy. It was all West Coast.
He said, "Nah, from West Coast, I'm pop. I ain't being Bad Boy."
That was the thing. But always traveling eastward.
Always traveling east, Islam. And so today's video is on the tropical full moon occurring in Gemini. December 19th. There's one date where it was December 18th. And we just giving a little leeway up to it. I've been actually just able to kind of, be on top of things and plan things out ahead of time and just get it to the people ahead of time so they can watch it, enjoy it, and just see how it builds up then to the exact date. And then even post full moons, it's been said that full moons are, good for releasing. So, just a good time to get rid of any previous baggage from this month or last month, just let go and just continue to ascend and transform at your own level, your own pace, and your own journey. We're all on our own journey here. So let me see. Let me go ahead and get screen share up. Let's see. Brother Benjamin shall be first. And actually, let's get back to it. So escape it. How does that look? Looks good. So Brother Benjamin shall be doing houses 1 through 3 and 7 through 9, and I will be doing 4 through 6 and 10 through 12. All right, and Brother Benjamin, I will yield the floor to you, bro.
I appreciate that, Brother Sean. All right. Right now we have for Suva, load it up a little bit. Let's see. 17:30. All right, 17:33. 55 seconds. Tropical Placidus house. On the rise, we have Gemini, 0 degrees, 9 minutes. Ascendant ruling planet is Mercury. And we have the full moon occurring in first house of self, with Luna opposing the sun in the house of relationships. And I have right here, reflect on things that happen between you and a partner / anyone that you may have in mind, that may have your mind restless. So right here, the full moon is a time of reflection. So in the house of self, yourself, and the house of relationships, what the sun is reflecting on you. So how do you reflect on how you see the world pertaining to others to you? So how is that affecting you? And is that good or bad? Well, we don't know that, but we know there is no good or bad. So how are you, being in line with how your peers see the world, and how is that affecting you? Are you seeing it through your own eyes while being with your significant other, or, basketball team, football team, anybody, where you may be? So reflect on things of that nature. And yeah, I think that's all I have for that. Brother Sean. All right, for Dedido. 15:33, 55 seconds for tropical Placidus. On the rise, we have Taurus, 7 degrees, 2 minutes, and the ruling planet for Taurus is Venus. And this full moon is occurring in the second house of possessions, with Luna opposing the sun, 8th house of inheritances. And right here, we have excitement and thrill coming to possessions and income, quick-minded and versatile in making decisions and financial gains. Most likely what is being earned is linked to what you know. Overall, a chance to reflect on securities and possessions collected thus far. Also reflect on behind the scenes relationships, which is the 8th house. Help or hinder the means to see the value in the things instead of only self-value. So what I'm saying is see everything instead of the things that you only want to see, because right here you have the house of joint finances. So when speaking about those things with your significant other, make sure you're not only seeing the things that benefit you, make sure you're looking at things that benefit the whole, because, no man or woman is an island. And I would yield on that full moon happening in the 2nd house of possessions and values. All right, for Manila already. What time we looking at? All right, 12:33, 55 seconds. Tropical placid house system. We have on the ascendant, 9 degrees Aries, 10 minutes, and the ruling planet for Aries is Mars. And we have this full moon happening in the 3rd house of communications. And it's a chance to reflect on the words we choose to use when invocating in communication and how the words are coming across. So, right now, particular, the moon is in Aries, but right now, the moon in Gemini is sort of the same. It's like fire and air, and they complement each other. So when you could be speaking to someone, and with the sun being in Sagittarius, you could be speaking very fiery, and that air from Gemini could, expand that fire. So what you could be saying could be useful to that person, but watch how you feed them that medicine that, you feel that they need. You don't want to slap nobody with a bottle of NyQuil, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to Bill Cosby them either. You don't want to just sneak it in the coffee or something like that, or the water. Just suggest like, hey, you sound a little nasally, or this and the third. Suggest this, that, or the third, or some herbal supplements that you may have. But search new ways to approach communications, and also search new words as well. So you can search new words to put into your vocabulary, because the sun is in the 9th house of higher learning. So in the 3rd house, how you communicate with, the ones that you come in contact with on a regular, watch how, listen to the words you use and implement new words, and we are here to implement new words to change the literature of the people, because not only our people are affected, but everybody's affected by using the incorrect grammar. And I would like to yield on that, Brother Sean. Have you seen anything else? Oh, did I read the bottom of that?
Yeah, man, that thing all the way through, man.
All right.
I go back and change ones, and I even get to mine, but so all right, here we go. All right, so we are at Kuala Lumpur, December 19th, 2021, Sunday. And we at 12 hours, 33 minutes, 55 seconds. And so for the moon, being at 27 degrees, 28 minutes, Gemini, it's in the 4th house, and it is in the 7th lunar mansion. And the 7th lunar mansion is just good for agricultural pursuits and washing or purifying the body, making peace with enemies or getting the advantage over them. And the sun is in the 10th house in Sagittarius at 27 degrees, 28 minutes. And that is in the 21st lunar mansion. And that's good for building, planning, and making big purchases or investments. Not good for an employment. So that's kind of the vibes that will be playing out for this tropical full moon in Gemini. And on the rise here, we have Pisces at 16 degrees, 50 minutes. And let's see. So yeah, and that is at the cusp of the 27th lunar mansion, and Jupiter being an ancient ruler for Pisces, and modernly they like to say that Neptune rules Pisces. So we could look at both of those. So we have, Jupiter in the 12th, and so just for this, it's a good time to release whatever one feels about just any emotions they have pertaining to the home and how they want to create their career. Because at the end of the day, everything comes to us, to ourselves. So, and the outer is just a reflection. So it's just seeing through the illusions and the frustrations and recognizing what needs to let go within you, and also just people or whatever, when it comes to your career status, of what needs to let go, what's working and what's not. So, it's a chance to just do some breath work, even talk to some siblings or maybe some mothers or just, father figures about just improving on what you can do. It's a good time to release any communication errors or faults, or even just spilling out or pouring out, what you just kind of been bottled up and kept inside. And even with the Jupiter, ruling, that's coming through the 12th house. So it's just a good time to also just rid of the limiting beliefs when it comes to self or just any social ways of being. And yeah, I'll yield the floor for that one. Brother Benjamin, if you had anything.
I'll say the degree that the sun and the moon are in, the 27 degrees, Gemini, 28 minutes, is a degree of sickness and affliction, legacies intended by evil effects. So I would say you can communicate with the older, you say your older, like parents or grandmother, grandfather in the home right there, and things like that. Self-care in the home, communicate self-care, that's what I'm saying. In the home, considering the degree that they're at, have your behind the scenes work taken care of.
Behind the scenes. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. All right, so now we're at Colombo, Sri Lanka. 10 hours, 3 minutes, 55 seconds. And we have Luna in the 5th, and we have the sun in the 11th. And we have Aquarius on the rise at 22 degrees, 13 minutes. And that is the degree, quote unquote, the astrological area. And Saturn is, the ancient ruler for Aquarius, and that is at 10 degrees, 34 minutes, the principle of things, quote unquote. And it's even been said that Uranus also rules over Aquarius. So we have Uranus at the 3rd house at 11 degrees, 12 minutes retrograde. And I'll quote, that is the degree of experimental scientist. All right, so for this, we could just say there's probably some out there experimenting right now, when it comes to astrology and all the things that come with it, and just the principle of it. I'm just testing out of what works and what's not working. And we have Luna in the 5th, so somebody could be wanting to communicate or get over some past things, some past affairs, past relationships. And with the sun in the 11th is giving the energy or creativity, to just get out, and meet new people and talk, express yourself, have fun. And Gemini is the airy part, Sagittarius is that fire, so it's just in harmony. And just release whatever you feel like you need to do in order to just keep progressing and to better yourself and relationships and with any clubs or association that you are with. So let's see what else can I see on that chart. And then we got Saturn in the 12th, so you could be feeling restricted or might want to lock yourself away, but it's just it's a good time to reflect and really ground yourself, and just toss out any limiting beliefs, that are just not, or anything in the subconscious, that's really not working in harmony, and just reflect on just this past month up until this point, or even this year, and just, your gut always tell you what needs to go, and And if you pay attention, the signs will also come through different avenues, whether it's, maybe angel numbers or text messages, or even seeing something random on the TV that sparks a thought. Just pay attention and, and look within, and you'll find what needs to go. And I'll yield on that, Brother Benjamin, if you got anything.
Yeah, so the mind is with creating for the communicating creativity with someone right there at the beginning of the fifth house, and then ending that higher learning that's being learned in the 11th with the sun about to transit into the 10th. So the beginning of communication is going to benefit the 10th house, with the sun learning from the beginning of the 11th to the end of the 11th with the group. So, definitely when it comes time as a career to present what's being created, communicated and being created, it's going to be a good time to bounce that out. It's going to be great.
All right, and so that was for Colombo, Sri Lanka. All right, and then moving on, we're now at Cape Town, South Africa, on December 19th, 2021, at 06 hours, 33 minutes, 55 seconds. And we have Capricorn on the rise at 10 degrees, 31 minutes. And let's see. So, and that is at the degree of quote unquote memory. We know that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So we still have Saturn in the second house, still at the degree of the quote unquote principle of things. And we have Luna and the Sun. We have Luna in the 6th, and we got Sun in the 12th. So when it comes to Luna being in the 6th, when it comes to like work and just kind of work habits, maybe you giving out any services, and the Sun being in the 12th is services to others. It's a way to communicate with yourself and others on getting yourself out there, and really putting out there what you truly do and what you would truly like to do. And you got Saturn in the second house, so it's making you consider just all material possessions of finance. Like before you can transform to that next level of having things, Saturn will make sure that you value and appreciate and aren't doing too much with all the personal things, so that when you pass that test, you'll be able to get the next set of things that are for you. Yeah, I'll yield on that. So, Brother Benjamin, if you got anything.
Well, on the southern eastern part of the globe, this is Cape Town, but it would be like the early morning-ish, with the sun being in the 12th on the eastern horizon. That's a good time to meditate, with the sun being in that Sagittarian degree and the moon opposing that. So it'd be a great time to just get up and just meditate, especially with the sun being in the almost not conjunct the Mercury right there, but Mercury on the rise right there in the ascendant. So it's a great time to get your mind and your body in one, since the moon is already in Gemini in the 6th. So definitely a good time to just reflect and conjoin the one energy that early. Just take advantage of that meditating energy that early. Yeah,
especially with Mercury, in that conjunction with the ascendant, as Mercury is the planet of communication and the point between mind, body, and soul. So just take the time to get together with self and reflect.
Yeah, whatever you could have, not to cut your wisdom, you could have written down in a journal to service yourself. Whatever you written down, meditate on that in the 12th and the high learning, because the moon is technically the body, and Gemini with the hands. So you could be servicing yourself. You got your pen and paper right here, and then you can reflect that energy, because the sun is technically the heart, or your subconscious, if you check out our recent lives. But yeah, you can definitely resonate on what you've written, and now you can let it marinate on the inside of your heart. Yeah.
I'm getting maybe for somebody to go through your old journal, look at some old things you've written. You might find something magical that can re-spark something that you can fix too.
Yeah. From the previous energies from full moon in Gemini.
So I'll yield on that, Brother Benjamin. We right back at you.
Santa Marinella, Santa Marinella, 600 hours, 33 minutes, 55 seconds, tropical Placidus system, descended on the rise. We have Sagittarius, 0 degrees, 56 minutes. And the degree meaning for that is the degree of the heart. So while traveling around this here, we'll be, using our heart, because we'll always want to be coming from the heart. Ascended planet, ruling planet is Jupiter, and Jupiter is in the 3rd house of communications. And this full moon is taking place in the 7th house of relationships, with the sun reflecting that in the 1st house itself. So this full moon can be used as a time to reflect types of conversations, subjects within your relationships with a person close to you, one-on-one relationship fashion. All right. So with Gemini, thinking can be overdone with this energy. So you can be overthinking the conversations that could be had within the group or relationship with, a personal person. Because now you're within the group in the 7th house, the body, reflecting first. So, so how could you, maybe it's something on your mind, you want to speak to someone within the group or wherever your significant other, but you could be anxious about it with the moon being in Gemini and that being Virgo as well, being very analytical. So you could be like, oh, I could come this way or this way. You could possibly say the wrong thing and trigger some emotions. So balancing the energy of wanting to speak to someone as an individual within the group. So I would say balance that out, that energy. Yeah. That's occurring in the 7th, opposing the 1st. So now within a group, how are you going to speak your truth to someone? Yeah.
And maybe, you can even write it down even before you speak, so that, it doesn't come off jumbled and confused, and just be true from the heart.
Yeah, proofread yourself, make sure you speak up in the heart, like say, with descendant being on the heart degree, make sure it's truthful. And sometimes it may sting, but, sometimes those things are needed. But the better of the whole, because now you're within the whole looking at, someone that can possibly not be for the whole, and that might not be good or bad for them, but they could just be distracted. So everybody needs a little tap on the shoulder.
Once you, release what needs to be spoken, then you can expand on further communication, because you have Jupiter in the 3rd in Aquarius. It might be, a good time to get up with some friends, or even friends might reach out, or some siblings, or, it's just, a good time to get it all out, whether it's by yourself or through conversation with others.
We have here for Algeria, 500 hours, 33 minutes and 55 seconds. On the ascendant, we have 26 degrees, Scorpio, 34 minutes. And the delineation for that ascendant, I put these Sabian symbols, but I would say share my screen and I'll read a little bit of that.
I think we should be able to multiple screen share. You should be able to share.
It's probably a good bit, but I think it's something to just introduce. But the full moon is occurring in the 8th house of inheritances, with Luna opposing the sun, and the 2nd house of possessions. It's a good time to reflect on the future hope and wishes of the family, home, and emotions overall, with the 8th house being behind the scenes as dealing with loved ones and the matters of in-home transformation, dealing with shared resources and possible financial needs that lay ahead. With the sun Sag, speak truthful with your significant others on such matters within seriousness. So don't lie. I'll just be flat out, don't hold nothing within that is gonna like that you've done, you know, that okay, I did this and that's why I financed it like this, or I was thinking of this. What do you think about it? You know, because once again, whatever purchase you make affects whoever you have, whether you have, you know, a child, a wife, you know, or vice versa. Make sure that when you make that decision that it's not affecting everybody as a whole of said quote unquote selfishness. So that when such matters with seriousness, make sure that you're thinking about the whole and not being bigger than the program. But I'll yield it there, and I'll go to the, if I could, Sabian symbols for that delineation. If that's okay, Brother Sean.
So yeah, hold on one.
I'd rather just read it like a paragraph of it.
There you go. I stopped the screen share.
All right, I appreciate it. Screen. Start broadcast. All right, can you see it, Brother Sean?
Yeah, we good.
All right. So right here, we will say Sabian symbols is introduced. I got introduced to it by Lauren Delsek, and I went and looked up a book, and I looked up Marcus Edmund Jones, who basically got delineations of each degree in the zodiac, and went to Ellis Wheeler, who was a psychic, and delineated what the degrees that he brought to her. But these that I'm showing aren't those degrees, but I'm just giving a background on just Sabian symbols in general that you could go look up. But that's where the Sabian symbols, from my thoughts, came from. That's where I got inspired from. But this right here is James Burgess, I want to say. And I'll show the, I may have it. Yeah. Here's the cover of the book that I'm presenting right now. It's James Burgess, The Sabian Mysteries, right here, just for reference points. And I'll read the delineation for the ascendant for, see, 26 degrees, Scorpio, 34 minutes. All right. So we'll have extemporation. Extemporation, Indians making camp, but we know we're Moors. So Moors making camp, we'll just put it there. This universal idea is best experienced through planets in 26 degrees of Scorpio, 25 to 26 degrees. When we have learned how to seek, then we have discovered how to find. Acknowledgement of hardship should not imply an unambitious acceptance of things as they are, but rather stimulate us to develop stronger determination and greater abilities. Throughout the ages, hunter-gatherers have commonly relocated, and when making a new camp, expected to be able to collect whatever they required locally. Similarly, when we are in dynamic flow of life, we find that everything we actually need for our survival, our comfort, and all of our purposes can be found close at hand. Not everyone notices and makes claim, yet in every moment there is a wide range and superabundance of resources and opportunities for new and worthwhile experiences. No map or musical score exists to help us choose or reject these various options. We must extemporize in response to outer situations and inner feelings. If we think outside the box, then even in a seemingly unsupportive environment, we can find what we want. And I'll stop there because it's a good bit to read, and I know the attention span is what it is, but I'm stopping there just to put emphasis on transformation within the environment, because being who we are, our environment, predicts our future, quote unquote. But at sometimes you don't have to be a product of your environment, and that made me think about discovering more science. So more science helped the experiences that were happening outside of me, transformation of my reaction from the inside. So now I react from the inside than rather from the outside. So now in a Scorpion type energy, you rise from quote unquote turmoil. So all isn't lost when all seems lost. But I'll yield on that and get back to sharing the delineation. Appreciate that, Brother Sean. Let me read that a little bit right there.
Hmm. Yeah, get back to that.
Right here we have castries, 1200, we'll say 1233. 55 seconds, tropical Placidus house system on the ascendant at 5 degrees Libra, 23 minutes. Descendant ruling planet is Venus. And for that ascendant degree, we have the homicide degree, but we have a mental homicide because not thinking in sense consciousness. When this flesh falls, it belongs to the earth, but your essence belongs to everything else. So right now we're communicating, higher learning to use in, higher learning, if that makes sense. So in Gemini, we're communicating higher learning to go to Sagittarius to use that higher learning in our heart and spirit. So in the flesh, we're communicating right now. So now in our heart, we'll know how to speak from within. So how does the knowledge one learns about on a daily contribute to the bigger picture? Or how could one broadcast higher learning wisdom to a bigger audience or to the world? What are the core details that anchor one's knowledge to teach to the world? So right now you'd be going through, your notes, or like we do, say archives of videos, and go back and see what are the key points that we can take out. Not saying that all of what we've learned is not important, but there are key things that could anchor, the truth in what we speak, because with the sun being a Sagittarius, that is the truth. You're arrowing, you're pinpointing a specific point to let go. So when you go back to the videos, that's kind of like you pulling back, your force to aim where you need to be. But on a vice versa level, you could go back and recollect on things that are not so positive and use the same arrow and, hit your target in a different way with words, because words can hurt like a sword. Some things that people say to you, they hurt the heart, they really hurt the heart. You're like, man, I really felt that. So now you want to like touch the heart, because how can you, reach a larger audience with touching their heart, instead of, getting the quote unquote clout from saying things that kind of pierce the heart. So I would say reflect on the things that you've come across thus far that you can, when you have a chance to speak to a bigger crowd, you can touch more hearts in that way. And I'll yield on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Or if I didn't read full moon occurring in the 9th house of higher learning, Luna opposing sun in the 3rd house of communication. It's just key there.
Let me go back. Let's see. All right, so we are now at, come back up, Santo Domingo, and we had, as you previously stated, 12, or people like to say 0 hours, 33 minutes, 55 seconds. We have Virgo on the rise at 26 degrees and 44 minutes. And Mercury rules Virgo, and that is at 8 degrees, 33 minutes Capricorn in the 4th house. And those really wasn't in those certain particular spots. But we have the sun in the 4th house, and the house of home, home, mothers, foundation. And we've got the moon in Gemini and the house of career and status. With Mercury, in the 4th house as well. So let's see. And then also you've got Luna and the sun both squaring or making a challenge with the ascendant. So right now it's probably like a thought and process of challenges at home with mothers, how you can better benefit your foundation, and how can you improve your career and status from home? And then how can all this mix in with how you approach life from how you look at it. So it's this three-way pool going on, and there's a couple other planets aspecting the ascendant. So whatever thinking, just take the time to get still or be quiet, or when you listen to music, and what needs to be released will come to you, and it'll give you a chance to relook or take a new approach on how you do things and how you view things. And that would just benefit you at the home in the career. So yeah, and we got Venus in that separating conjunction with Pluto. So you're definitely thinking about how can you transform the home properly, and how can you fill that into a career or something that is long-term and stable. And so I got that for that, Brother Benjamin, if you got anything.
It can probably be buying something that's valued to use that can transformate your home pertaining to your career. So it could be I might say like a computer probably, or maybe a new chair, because it was Capricorn, so some kind of structure, or a new desk for you to communicate better while communicating, via media within your career. Because right now people are working from home, but the moon is like, in the 10th house, so you could be like in a building of some sort, but maybe you're taking a new cushion to work to put under yourself to secure yourself while you can be comfortable working, communicating, a sit-down job at a desk, because the moon is the back, or the sun is the back, or the Leo, and Leo rules like the back. So in the heart and the spine, I would say the spine, so you could be getting something for your comfort of your spine for work when you're communicating. With the moon being the physical body, controlling the physical body, because we're in our mother's womb for 9 months, getting this flesh together. Yeah. Just find comfort while working. Balance that. If you're uncomfortable while physically doing the job, find comfortability in that while communicating. But don't get too comfortable though.
It's fine. All right, so that was 4, Santo Domingo. So moving on, we are here at San Diego. I'm trying to see. All right, it's December 18th at 20 hours, 33 minutes, 55 seconds. And we have Leo on the rise at 17 degrees and 15 minutes. And that is the quote unquote degree of aviation of air and gas. And the sun rules Leo. So we have the sun in the 5th house reflecting Luna in the 11th house. So for that, it's just now we are, this area is looking to express their love and romance in a higher situation. So what I'm getting is somebody might be reaching out to someone through social medias, or even making that move on somebody in the club, or just a kind of within a group. Because maybe the time they're just rid of whatever it is they think that they can do. So somebody could be shooting a shot. Also, it could be new creative ways to express themselves, and just be able to enjoy themselves and their inner child. So, and they might find that by means of via the internet or communication with somebody. And let's see, we got anything, and then we look, and looks like Vesta. I want to say that asteroid down there might not be correct, so I'll leave that alone. So yeah, just getting together with the ego and any creativity problems and releasing those, so that you can get your point across, whether it be a complex idea in a simple way via social media and the internet, and even the community as well. Any ideas or grand schemes, and just getting it out there.
Yeah. I said the underlining is was be Saturn be ruling all of that, because with your Mercury being Capricorn, and that's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is in Aquarius, so it's the group and communicating. And then the Sun in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in which Jupiter?
Seventh.
Jupiter is in Aquarius, which is ruled by Saturn again. So overall, Saturn is governing, your mind, your communication, your heart, your soul, pretty much everything. So everything is pretty much being not slowed down, but looked at in a managerial executive way. You're the essence of the reflection is definitely humanitarian. It's back pretty selfless, because Saturn deals with the whole. He doesn't really look at either side. He's like, this is it. This is the principle. So I would say that within the creativity, you're definitely thinking about, the better of everyone, regardless.
And then we have the Sun conjunct the vertex, the fated relationship. So, there could be, somebody about to meet someone at that point or very soon, that could bring the love and romance they want. They have to just make it through the smoke and mirrors, because it could be just more, they could have a couple options or some, always just discern things.
Yeah.
And the moon in Gemini is gonna probably make them anxious about it, and but everybody's
asking a lot of questions. When you do bump into them, you'll ask them a good bit of questions. You become like the people.
So yeah, that's that for that. So that is for San Diego, California, or Khalifa, and then we'll get to the last one, and so we're at Honolulu, Hawaii, December 18th at 18 hours, 33 minutes, 55 seconds, or what some people will say is 6:33. And we have Cancer on the rise at 7 degrees and 34 minutes. And Luna rules Cancer, and we have Luna in the 12th. And it really saw nothing for that rising sign, but let's see what we got here. We've got the Sun in the 6th house of work. So the Sun in the 6th house of work, Luna in the 12th house of ending. So the Sun here is feeling creative or feeling a kind of way. And it's like, how can I become more? How can I feel more fulfilled, feel more useful in the service that I give to others? And the Luna is saying to communicate and let go of whatever needs to be let go so that the communication is proper. Because it's always just that, smoke and mirrors, or the illusion of the ego and the subconscious of the mind. And with Luna being in the 12th and the upper, higher expression of the 6th house, it's just saying to breathe, when you get frustrated, anxious, maybe just do a little shoulder work or something, Gemini rules of shoulders and arms, just, might want to backhand bounce and let it go one time. It's just
do like 10 push-ups every 2 minutes or every commercial, something like that with your hands.
Yeah, and
with
then
your arms.
It's just saying to look at both sides of things. Because we have our way of doing things, how we think, but it's always just to look at the both sides of things. And that's what the moon in the 12th house is saying from the 6th house, is to look at the both sides of nature, in the work habit and in your solitude, and just view, breathe, and let go of what needs to be let go.
All experiences are for the elevation of the soul. It may look like all like hope in life is over, but that specific experiences that had you reflecting on whatever it is for your elevation. All things are stepping stones. As wild as that may seem. And the 12th house is a great time to reflect on that.
And then, if we just wanted to see, okay, well, how that play, how that communicate? Well, okay, we could look at Mercury, since the 12th house is in Gemini, and It can come through by means of maybe a conversation with a business partner, or maybe even talking to your partner and just being open and true, and just putting it out there, and it could come through that area.
Cutting out the details, you see the structured details with the Mercury Capricorn, so you know what to say, even though your mind is kind of physically scattered in the 12th. But how you communicate, you'll know how to communicate with the help of Capricorn and Saturn ruling over that. You'll know how to communicate that relationship while dwelling on it in the 12th.
And just breathing before you speak, and also listening, not to just listen to what people say and not listening to respond, breathing and grounding and just soaking in what people saying and then responding, and not responding off the emotions or what you want to hear.
Yeah. Don't be delusional.
Man, I think that was, yes, correct the last one. So
self-righteous.
Actually, hold on. Before we let me come back real quick. All right, so and that concludes our full moon in Gemini worldwide delineations. And so now it's gonna come here and do a little self-promotion. We are the two you say the rooks or the newer faces of Seven Hill Star. And you can always come to 7hillstar.com, subscribe to your email, and you'll receive free weekly gifts and study materials directly to your inbox. And within that, you also get informed of when we're going live or when we're doing anything, just in case you don't get to check your email or see when we post on socials, it become straight to your inbox.
Straight to your pocket.
Straight to the pocket. And of course, we've got the video here for the Astro Report presented by Brother Hasan, Brother Corey, and Brother Terrell. They do that every Wednesday, giving you a weekly weather report. Let me get that. Change that. I can hear Hasan now saying landscape. All right,
Jag's not there. No, I wasn't paying attention. I look so late and Jag's not.
Go ahead, do your thing, man. Hold on.
Yo, my apologies. And usually when I'm not ready.
All right.
Landscape.
All right, so my mental magician report is still up. The sample that you can get on Kendrick Lamar, and I'm actually thinking of. I have a couple, about 2 or 3 more people in mind that I'm thinking about just go ahead and doing one on, and either maybe dropping just a regular or doing the 2.0. But it's Mercury. It's how you communicate with your mind, body, and soul.
You're definitely doing the 2.0. Knowing Brother Sean is definitely doing the 2.0. His typing fingers are definitely what is it? Louis Armstrong. For sure.
So yeah, you can just come on there, click and download, and read it for yourself. And if you know Kendrick Lamar, if not, you don't. And also we have on the homepage, we have the 7 Hill Star Astrology certification that myself and Brother Benjamin went through. That was very intensive, but very, very informative, very open, and I was just glad to be a part of him open that up to us.
Yeah, that's extreme launching pad for us to be here in front of you guys with the confidence we have now to share our studies, for sure.
To share our views and angles,
Yeah, extreme shout outs too.
So, and there's still, opportunity. My bad, Brother Benjamin.
Oh, you good?
Get your personal full year 7 Hill Star Astro calendar and transit report. And, just looking at those reports like every week, I tell Brother Benjamin, I'm like, yo, that calendar is fire. Like, yo, them joints is heat, son. So yeah, we, you know,
it should just come on the iPhone, like what, like the regular calendar. We should just get away just to have that just on our iPhone or any mobile device.
Sounds like I might have to write to them, like, yeah, you know, your calendar's cool, but it ain't enough. Get this Hill Star one, man. You know, up your game and visuals.
It ain't enough.
You know, up the game and visuals. You know, we you know, Brother Hasan, you know, the Mirror session. It's a good one, you know, the medical astrology reading, the who I am, and the what is my purpose. You know, those are readings that I've done for myself, that he's done for me, and were just great. And now that I go back and look at the video, that now that I'm into the astrology more heavy than I was before then, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's beautiful, like this beautiful sun behind me. Just a beautiful thing, and very illuminating.
Looking right, man. Got you looking right. I can just like hear you. I can see you, but it's like, you know, you're just a figure. So it's like you really gotta use your mind and just listen to your words.
You know, grinding so hard to hit this 9th level, you know, Celestine prophecy. I'm up here when I want to.
I'm only vibrating at the vibrating average you can see me.
At the most extreme levels, you know, if I want to come back to the physical, you know, I might lower myself.
Come mess with y'all a little bit.
But so yeah, just you know, AstroCore with brother Corey Bey, you know, doing the yoga, and the JaguarSolar with brother Jag. You know, we all 5 on here with services to give to the people, and just as time progresses, we will come out with just more different things to do for the people. So it's just a beautiful thing, man, and I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be a part of it, and it's just inspiration to you know, just keep going and keep creating no matter what, you know, comes through, because you can't level up without a test. So and cheating at some point is gonna come back and backfiring. So I would just continue to be peace and be love, and just do it for myself and do it for the people.
Yeah. When you help self, you help man. Or when you help man, you help yourself. Not to
I'm gonna keep throwing these pebbles out in the river, causing ripples. And it's that truth, like I was drinking the ripple.
Sun Sagittarius.
So yeah. I really ain't got anything else. Brother Benjamin, you have anything else?
Oh no, I'm not ready, man. You know.
We just want to say thanks to everyone for showing. I'm not sure if there was any comments or anything, but we just appreciate y'all for coming out, viewing, you know, sharing your time and energy with us as we exchange our ideas and energy of what we see to come. And we just appreciate it. You know, we'll be back next Monday. Let me actually see what I decided the topic was going to be for that day. You know, you just got too many notes in your phone. Here we go. All right, so yeah, so for next week, we are looking, we're going to speak about the sun moving into Capricorn as he hits his low points, as they would say. So pretty sure, I don't know, we'll have something, you know, nice for that. But yeah, just thank everybody for coming out. Like and share, comments if you have anything, you know, we appreciate the feedback, the love, and the support. And we're just gonna just keep on keeping on. Now I'm about to play that song. Keep on, keeping on. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I can hear that beat in my head too. But yeah,
I saw it.
So yeah, we'll just yield on that, and you know, send a peace of love, everybody. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and your degree on this moon day, and you know, just get real imaginative, chill. I ain't even checked. What we got? I think the moon. Where's the moon at transiting right now? Let's see.
It's on the rise. It's on the ascendant right now. The moon.
Oh shit, a spider. Damn, I'm gonna hit this portal real quick and be gone. So yeah, we got Luna, according to Astro Gold, at 23 degrees, 38 minutes Aries, approaching a conjunction with the ascendant. And it's just just get motivated, like when now that I've really been actually doing my best to keep track of the moon cycles and just pay attention to what signs it in and just how the flow of everything goes. It's like when Luna comes back in Aries, it's like a surge of energy. Like it's like, yo, I've been sitting while I was in Pisces, but now I'm motivated to get up and
good opportunity to start new projects. Yeah, got new ideas.
New ideas, new projects,
new energy.
And it's coming out of that 12th of solitude, and just once again, just the motivation, the fire to be who we are, and and be ourselves.
Yeah, whatever you learned whatever was from the 12th you reflected on, those are a part of the new ideas for your new project you can start now. Because the actual direction of how the stars go.
I don't know if Hasan is still on here, but I know that I can end this. So, yeah, 7hillstar.com. Check us out. The weather report that our brothers delineated is still going on. Still plenty full of astro fortune cookies to watch. We just gave you the delineation. So let's say if it's the 19th, so about the 16th. Through the 21st or 22nd is when it really start to notch up, and it's the last full moon of the year, of the so-called year. My bad, excuse me, of the so-called year. So
got about 3 more months.
For those who go by the January, for others who go by March, But hey, I'm just be quiet, but I got some stuff. Sorry, peace and love, world. Everybody enjoy your day, and see, and just enjoy your day, man. Enjoy your moon day. I'm gonna keep soaking up the sun while the weather's still pretty decent, and y'all just enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and love to my bro, man.
Peace and love. Peace and love.